Alright, welcome everyone to a Let's Play of Subnautica. So this game is a really cool game. It's kind of a, it's a survival game that's set in the future where your colonization ship has been somehow shot down mysteriously, and basically one pod escapes, which is the pod that you're in, and you are now basically alone, and now you are the lone survivor of that spacecraft. So needless to say, this is a pretty cool game. Like, you craft items and you can explore the open world, which, as you can tell, there's the ship that was shot down, which you can go to. I have played this before. Doesn't surprise me if many of you have seen this. It has been a little while since I've played it, so I thought I would go ahead and run through a gameplay of it, see how far we can get. I will be playing on survival mode, so hopefully I don't die, even though if I die I just wind up back in my escape pod at the same time. It's one of those type of situations where you don't want to die. You lose all the stuff that you haven't really gotten back. So I guess let's check this out. So first things first, thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check my escape pod, see exactly what I have in here. I'm going to go ahead and just take a look. I know we do start out with some stuff. Looks like an advanced wiring kit, magnesium, and gold. All these are usable items to craft with. Doesn't look like I have a whole lot left, or a whole lot in there to really craft much. I would like to take a look. So the important thing is obviously water and food, which you get from fish, as well as equipment. Obviously we want as much equipment as we can. Looks like I'm going to need to start by getting at least some flip fins, some better fins, and some tanks for oxygen. As far as tools are concerned, I'm not really too worried about my tools, but that's okay. We'll work on that here in a little bit as well. I think first things first, let's go catch us some fish, kind of check out where we're at. I don't know if it's the exact same start point for everyone, but I do know the beginning part is the same for everyone, as far as it kind of tells you a little bit about what to do. I don't know what these kind of fish are, if I can even catch these fish or not. This isn't early alpha, this game, but it's totally worth it. It's a great game, and they are sticking with updating it. It's not as updated as often as I would probably like, but at the same time, it's one of those where, God, that's an ugly fish. It's one of those where at least you do get a chance to play this game a little bit before it actually fully comes out. It gives them time to do what they need to do. So these fish here are air sacs. These guys actually can give you food, but they actually give you water, which is what's most beneficial about them. The fish that I just caught is a boomerang fish. He is food, just food. See, there's some metal salvage.
Emergency.
Picked
10
up.
seconds of oxygen
Looks
remaining.
like I'm running out of oxygen. Banana fish, I don't know, bird fish, pumpkin fish, something like that. I can't remember what he's called. Oh, Gary fish. Huh. Gary. Hello, Gary. That's alright. I know you can pick up these mushrooms. Some of this stuff I just don't want right now, because there are certain items that I need. Right off the bat, I do need metal, which is something that I really got to concentrate on. Where the heck did he go? But more than that, I need food and water, just so that way I can survive. Obviously, you can see my food is at 36%. So I want to try and catch some of these fish that I know that I can eat. That way, I don't have to worry about that. And then I can spend the rest of my time just kind of milling along, looking for, make sure I get some air, looking for the, okay. So these guys down here are bomb fish. I don't know what kind of fish they are, but I hate them. They explode, as you can see, and they will wreck your day. They'll gang up on you quick and take your health down very, very quickly. Alright, well, copper isn't really what I need. What I need is titanium, which comes from parts of the ship and or some of those rocks that I
Emergency.
just broke
10
up.
seconds of oxygen remaining.
So you'll see down here there's this little rectangle box. These little boxes are parts, fragments. This is for the sea moth. I don't know if you need more than one, but there's definitely more than one out in the world. Enough to really actually get on your nerves. Because you keep thinking there's something special and they're
Scanning
not.
the Aurora. Zero life signs detected. Lethal radiation levels detected. The main drive core has malfunctioned. The primary dark matter containment field has dropped to 36% amplitude. Continuing to monitor.
Okay, I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but basically it's telling me that the Aurora is going to blow up soon, which is fine. I'm okay with that. That's not really a place that I want to go right now. Like I said, I have played this before. If I go there, it's radioactive, not good. You know, that's something that I don't really want to be a part of if I don't have to be. What is that? There's something up here I'd like to actually take a look at. Ah, seaweed. Alright, so these creeper vines, I believe they're called. These creeper vines, actually, you can use a knife to cut them, and they're useful in medkits and other stuff I can't think of right offhand. I also picked up some quartz. Quartz is great for getting glass and other different components, which we'll go through that as I actually go through and start crafting things. I think I need to find my little escape pod real quick, so that way I can eat down to 29%. I'm going to try and pick up as much stuff as I can before I actually go into the escape pod, just to save myself some time. I've got somewhere I can keep the stuff right away. Copper ore is very handy. Obviously you have these little swim throughs that are great.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Yeah, you don't start out the game with a whole lot of oxygen. Obviously 45. It's not a lot, but that's okay, because hopefully the titanium that I'm gathering will allow me to get a larger tank. So nighttime approaches. Nighttime is one of those times where obviously most survival games, nighttime is not a very good time to be outside. It's not as bad in this one. The bad guys will attack you a little more frequent at night. The biggest and best part about it is that as you start building things, you'll notice that you need quartz. Quartz is extremely easy to see at night compared to any other time during the day. It hides in these little bushes and stuff, and sometimes that gets a little bit difficult to see. Whereas at night it actually glows. So one thing I do really enjoy about the graphics in this game, they're not overly impressive, but one thing I do enjoy is the bioluminescence that they portray. And if you think about it, if you're on an alien world, I think especially one that's covered in water, like bioluminescence, I feel would be a very important thing. And that's one thing that I really actually like about this game, is just how at night, even though you don't necessarily want to go running around at night, everything has a bioluminescence to it, which I really enjoy. These over here are air pockets that you can actually use to refill your air, so you're not completely dying of oxygen all the time. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. Boom. Alright. A little more titanium. Wish I got a little more than that, but that's okay. Might actually pick up some of these guys. Oh. I can't pick these up until I get some till I get a knife, which I'm going to turn these titanium pieces into, these metal pieces into titanium. So
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Just to me, this is one of my favorite parts of the game. It's just beautiful at night. I really enjoy just checking everything out. I just love that bioluminescence. They do a really good job in this game with it. These little guys here, they're used for raising things, like lifting that rock, for instance, and stuff like that. I don't need them right now, so I'm not super worried about them. And there's some on the surface anyway. But, yeah, let's go ahead and check out the crafting part of this. Alright, so first thing I want to do is eat. So I'm going to go ahead and cook some food. Now, last time I played this, the cooked food didn't have a spoil time, so I'm hoping that it's the same now still, where once you cook it, it doesn't spoil, but who knows. At least I never noticed it spoiling last time. So I'm not going to cook the air sacs, because the air sacs I can actually use for water, which is totally helpful. Obviously, as you see in the bottom left-hand corner, I have my oxygen, my health, food, and water. So whatever I can do to not have to worry about that right now. Let's go ahead and eat some of this fish that I cooked up.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Alright. So as you can see, when you cook it, I get plus 20 to food and plus 2 to H2O. At least with the cooked boomerang. Every fish is different. If you don't cook it, usually you do get a plus to your food, you just lose H2O. So that's one of those things that you definitely want to keep your eye on. And I'm going to go ahead and fill up my H2O as high as possible. Alright, so right now I want to use this fabricator. I'm going to break down, this is like one of the items that you can actually break down are those metal fragments, those big metal fragments. These guys right here, metal salvage. If you break them down, you can actually get titanium. You get 3 pieces of titanium per one of those. So it makes it, well, I guess you get 4 titanium. That's awesome. So we'll go ahead and break all of those down into titanium. And then by doing that, I'm obviously gaining titanium to the point that I can get other types of stuff. So right now, so it looks like I can make titanium ingot out of 10 of them. I can do a silicon rubber, which takes 2 quarts. Or I can do a piece of glass, which takes 2 quarts. I don't need glass right at the moment. Right at the moment, what I need is some equipment. So I want a tank. Looks like I do need 1 piece of glass. And for fins, I need 2 pieces of silicone rubber. So I do have fins on already, but these are better fins. And obviously you can see you can get a radiation suit, a still suit, first aid kit, rebreather, a pipe for air, and thermometer. Doing the pipe for air, complete waste of time if you ask me, but it's up to you if you want to do that. And then obviously you have some tools. Survival knife is extremely important, so I'm actually going to do some silicone rubber and get a survival knife, and then at least 1 silicone rubber, and then I would like to at least do 1 piece of glass so that way I can do a tank. That'll help me hold more air. I do 2 tanks. Okay, I just wanted to see how much how much quartz I had actually gathered up, and it looks like I gathered up the exact amount. So I should be able to do 2 tanks. Should be able to do 1 set of fins. And then I should hopefully, Now you notice up here at the top I have power 5 out of 75. It didn't run out in the previous version of this game. It might be solar powered. I'm not entirely positive. But for right now, I'm going to make one last thing. And fabricator's turned off. It is what it is. That's okay. I have my knife. That's all I care about. Looks like we burned through all of these power cells. But I have a feeling... self-charging power cell, yeah. So I just have to wait and it'll charge back up. It might be like one of those that it uses, it might use solar to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and stuff all of this, not my knife, all of this stuff that I gathered. I'll keep the water into there. And apparently it didn't make my fins. That is a bummer. Okay, I only have one piece of quartz. Do I have silica? Doesn't look like it. It's a bummer, so I need to go get more quartz. That's okay. I can actually, now if you look over in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see that I can actually hold 105 parts of oxygen now. I guess we'll call it parts. Not entirely positive.
Caution.
How much?
Readings from the Aurora suggest erratic fluctuations in the primary dark matter containment field. A breach of the main drive chamber may cause a cascading quantum flux detonation.
Alright, so in other words, no bueno. Okay, so sugar is also used for making, or salt I mean, is used for making salt is used for making distilled water. So those guys that you saw, those guys are bad guys. You don't like those guys right now. I heard you can use those guys to, like, you can use food, like fish that you catch, to tame them into being friends. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Those guys are just jerks to me. I don't want to be around them. Your equipment does, like your knife, does have a usage limit. They don't have any kind of
10 seconds of
thing to let you know how much, you know, how long until it breaks or anything, but I do know that it has a breaking point where you'll need to craft another one. So if you end up making a really good knife where it took all of your, you know, it took a bunch of material to make and whatnot, if you use it all the time, it will break on you. So just letting you know, if you wind up losing your knife and you're not entirely positive what happened to it, that's what happened to it. So you can cut this stuff and get some of these plates, which are used for electronic components, I believe. I can't remember. I hear something and I don't know what it was, but it sounded scary. I see words over here that are telling me to go this way, so we're going to go over here and see what we're talking about. It says cut creek vine with a knife. Okay, so it kind of runs a tutorial, you know, that's going at the same time. I mean, it's not really a tutorial, but it does like to explain what's going on. You can also kill fish as opposed to keeping them live. Yeah, all that blood, that was his blood. That's right, did I kill him or did I just injure him? I don't know. What the hell is that thing? It's an eye. Alright, hello little friend. So if I kill this dingus. Oh yeah, totally killed his ass. Pretty sure at least. Yeah, so if I look at the hoverfish, I can get plus 13 food, for -9 H2O. And that's if I just eat it raw. If I were to cook it, it actually helps me out more. Oh, I see. It actually automatically moved my fins to on me, which is kind of cool. Alright, I didn't know that. Alright, so let's see. I have a bunch of blueprints, mainly because I have played this before. I'm not sure if you guys will get all of this when you first open up the game. I do know that you get this, like, for everything that you create. At least it used to be for everything that you created, you learned something else. So we'll see. Okay. Well, I mean, the good news is that I got going pretty quickly here. I got some stuff.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I would definitely like to get some more. Quartz. Like I said earlier, it's actually really hard to find quartz, except at night. One thing I would like to make, if I can,
new creature discovered,
is it's like a driving machine for your character, and it's actually extremely handy. It doesn't look like I can make it yet. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking through the tools. Dive reel, airbag, flare, builder, welder. Don't know. Okay, well, I'll look for it here in a little bit. I would like to actually be able to get one of those at some point. It's like a little handheld underwater ski-doo thing. Can't think of what they're called, but anyway, this brings us to the end of video 1. Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the videos that I'm posting. I'm going to try and post a lot more. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please comment, please like the video, and please subscribe, and I guess I will see you guys on the next one.